such story. The heartwarming story of Fabiola Rodriguez unfolded in the quiet expanse of a New Mexico cemetery, as a grieving mother's faith was put to the ultimate test when an unbelievable incident turned her world upside down. As the sun dipped below the horizon of one fateful day, a shimmer of light caught the mother's eye when she witnessed a security camera footage that left her breathless. Fabiola Rodriguez had turned 2 when she died in September 2018 under suspicious circumstances while in the care of her mom's boyfriend, Lalo Anthony Castrillo. Medical staff said that the little girl had bruising on her head, face, and ribs, and Castillo was arrested on child abuse charges.
Where a 2-year-old girl was found dead. Lalo Castrillo is charged with child abuse resulting in death.
The entire situation took an unexpected turn when the mother of the toddler, Sandra Gonzalez, reached out to the cemetery officials at Masonic Cemetery in Las Cruces, New Mexico, about experiencing issues with individuals stealing things from her daughter's grave. Various possessions, such as toys and personal belongings, had mysteriously disappeared, prompting Sandra to request the cemetery's assistance monitoring the situation. Steps away from Fabiola's burial site is the gravesite of James Bustamante, who died on November 23, 2019. His headstone is surrounded by flowers and lights that turn on when the sun sets. The family had placed a camera on a nearby headstone in Masonic Cemetery, as they were also experiencing the same issues with their son's grave being vandalized. Thinking his killer, who had not been caught yet, must be allegedly vandalizing the gravesite. After examining the video recordings from the camera in search of evidence to present to the authorities, they were troubled by what they witnessed. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to unfold the complete story. Prepare to be captivated and enthralled, because what you are about to experience will linger in your memory for a long time. The complete details of the heartwarming incident are as follows. Background. Sandra Gonzalez always dreamed of being a mom, and the dream came true on November 6, 2015, when her daughter Fabiola Rodriguez was born. Fabiola was delivered via cesarean section, and Gonzalez didn't meet her daughter in person until the next day. She fell in love with her immediately. "She made me a mom," Gonzalez said. On September 6, 2018, Fabiola was back at the hospital. Her face and rib cage were bruised, and she was unresponsive. Emergency room doctors spent 40 minutes performing life-saving measures on the toddler before pronouncing her deceased.
People at the hospital trying to resuscitate Fabiola. Those injuries were caused by medical personnel. Clearly not intentional. They were trying to help Fabiola, but they were not caused by Mr. Castillo.
Gonzalez's then-boyfriend Lalo Anthony Castrillo IV, who'd been watching Fabiola that night while Gonzalez was at work, was arrested the next day and charged with 1 count of intentional child abuse resulting in death. Nearly 2 years later, the case against Castrillo has yet to be resolved. He's out on bond pending trial. It's a trial that can't come soon enough for Gonzalez and her family. Gonzalez said the trial delays and Castrillo's bond hearings make her feel that Fabiola isn't getting the justice or respect she deserves. She further stated that she doesn't want people to remember her daughter as the little girl who passed away from child abuse. "I think that she deserves to be remembered more than that. She was always just so happy, so beautiful, her curly, kinky hair. She was always laughing and just talking to everyone. She always talked so well for her age, so that's how I would like everyone to remember her," she said.
Never stop fighting for your babies, and and for those single moms, just all I can say is be careful, because you never know someone's true intentions. So just protect your babies with all of you can, with wrap your babies in your arms, and if I guess you ever have questions for the grieving mothers, I'll be here for you.
Background of the CCTV footage. It was a typical day when unexpected CCTV footage surfaced online, leaving people around the world astonished. The reason for their surprise was an uncanny resemblance captured on the screen to that of a deceased 2-year-old girl who was buried in Las Cruces Cemetery. Fabiola Nova Rodriguez is buried at the Masonic Cemetery on Compress Road in Las Cruces, where a stone angel wraps her arms around a heart-shaped headstone that reads, in part, "Forever in my heart, Mommy." Her headstone is surrounded by teal, pink, purple, and white flowers, yellow sunflowers, a baby doll dressed in purple pajamas, a lantern, and other toys. Steps away from Fabiola's burial site is the gravesite of James Bustamante, who died on November 23, 2019. His headstone is surrounded by flowers and lights that turn on when the sun sets. The Bustamante family discovered that their son's gravesite was being tampered with earlier this year. To address this upsetting situation, they took proactive measures by setting up a game camera on a nearby tree, aimed towards their son's resting place. Their objective was to gather proof of the person they suspected of causing their son's demise, as they believed this individual was also defacing his grave. At approximately 9:15 p.m. on June 1, a sudden and unexpected guest was caught on camera. A young girl who looked to be around the same age as Fabiola now, adorned with black, coiled, and curly hair. She stayed for a brief period at Bustamante's burial site before disappearing from the camera's frame. Soon after, a vehicle drove past the area. The individuals who reviewed the footage promptly notified the authorities, suspecting a child loss scenario. A worker reportedly told the family, "We know that little girl," and showed them where she was buried. The little girl's mother, Sandra Gonzalez, had reportedly alerted the graveyard owners to be on the lookout before the images were captured, as she noticed toys and other items left in front of her daughter's grave had begun to go missing. A day after the family went to cemetery owners with the images, they happened to run into Gonzalez while she was visiting her daughter's grave. Upon checking the footage, Gonzalez burst into tears when she saw the photos because she knew instantly that the little girl was Fabiola. According to Gonzalez, "I know that is my daughter. I guess that was like our sign that she's still here with us, and that she's still doing God's work. And to me, I believe she made herself seen because she's on a mission right now to be heard. Everything that's going on with the trial. I believe she's trying to do what's right." The two families have since become close. Gonzalez then shared the cemetery camera photos and her story of seeking justice in a social media post that has been widely shared and viewed. In her post, Gonzalez writes that there's not an ounce of her that doubts the child in the photos is Fabiola, because it looks like her head to toe, from her hair to her clothes and chanclas. Gonzalez writes, using a Spanish term for flip-flop shoes. Conclusion. As we conclude our video, the video has raised many questions about life after death. If we look into the story from a scientific point of view, then based on experts' opinions, it is plausible that these ghostly apparitions may be attributed to environmental factors, such as electromagnetic fields or infrasound, which can affect our perceptions and create illusions. But contrary to the scientific explanations, many believe that these apparitions are manifestations of spirits lingering in the earthly realm, seeking closure or delivering messages to the living. In short, whether or not it is her ghost, the video has sparked a debate about life after death and the possibility of spirits returning to the world of the living. So what are your views on this apparition? What do you think? Are these apparitions mere figments of our imagination? Or could they be glimpses into the unknown realms beyond our comprehension? Thank you for watching our video. Remember to subscribe for more captivating stories that defy the limits of our understanding. Give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, embrace the mysteries that await in the shadows of the unknown. Goodbye.
Ja pierdolę!
The realm of the supernatural has always fascinated and terrified humanity for ages. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained phenomena, there are countless tales of encounters that leave us shivering with fear. In our today's video, We will also dive into the depths of fear and witness the most bone-chilling paranormal sightings ever captured on camera. So are you ready to face the unexplainable, the unsettling, and the downright terrifying paranormal sightings ever captured on camera? But remember, what you are about to witness may leave you scared to death. Number 6. Mirror. Xiaolong, the Chinese ghostbuster, has uploaded a video where he and his fellow explorer went on a 3-hour drive to an isolated and rumored haunted house. The house is said to be inhabited by a malevolent spirit, prompting Xiaolong and his friend to live-stream their investigation. It is important to remember that in Chinese culture, swearing and showing anger are believed to ward off evil spirits seeking to cause harm. The duo further proceeded on their adventure without encountering any supernatural occurrences until they decided to try a ghost summoning game resembling an Ouija board, called Pinchy, after an hour of searching. Initially, at the start of the game, they faced a streak of bad luck, but soon strange occurrences began to unfold. Despite attempting to resume their spoon ritual, they were repeatedly interrupted. Growing suspicious of a presence, they cautiously surveyed their surroundings. Finding nothing out of the ordinary, they proceeded with the game, only to encounter truly bizarre events. Once more feeling uneasy, Xiaolong rose to peer out the window in search of any mysterious happenings. As Xiaolong investigated a noise outside, they noticed the reflection of the game board and observed the spoons spinning wildly on the board, seemingly driven by an unseen force. However, the most chilling event was yet to come in their exploration of the abandoned haunted house. Strangely, all the mirrors in the house were either covered or turned to face downwards. Curiosity got the better of the explorers, prompting them to closely examine one of the downturned mirrors. Unfortunately, their encounter did not end well, revealing the unsettling image of an old woman's face on the mirror. Despite scanning the room, no one else was present. With this final terrifying experience, they decided to swiftly depart from the premises. What are your thoughts on this video? Do you think it is a mere hoax, or could there be real paranormal activity taking place in the house? If you were in a similar situation, how would you respond? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Number 5. Mysterious movements. This CCTV footage has been recorded by a man named Troy. Troy's CCTV has recorded strange apparitions, revealing unexplainable events happening in his house. At first, Troy was skeptical, but as undeniable evidence of these strange occurrences appeared on his security camera, his perspective changed. He started questioning what was happening in his home when he wasn't there. Troy went through a series of eerie incidents, including strange sounds, a cellar door opening on its own, and a chilling growl that seemed to come from nowhere. Slowly, he began to entertain the idea that his house might be haunted. Days went by with an unsettling silence until Troy's camera captured something that took the occurrences to a new level of intrigue. Dining room chairs appeared to move by an invisible force, indicating that the entity's power was growing. The paranormal activity intensified, causing disturbances for Troy's family. In response, Troy installed more surveillance cameras. Which soon captured astonishing footage of objects moving on their own and the crawled area opening by itself. Could these phenomena be the work of something evil? Only time will reveal the truth. Number 4. The mysterious child. Was it a trick of the light, a figment of his imagination, or something more supernatural? A rider can be seen riding his bike towards his destination as his dash camera records a faint figure of a child walking down the street, only to vanish into thin air moments later. The eerie silence and lack of any other witnesses only add to the mystery surrounding this encounter. Some believe that the man may have captured a ghostly apparition on camera, while others remain skeptical, attributing the sighting to a combination of shadows and reflections. Regardless of the explanation, the man's experience has left him shaken and searching for answers in the realm of the paranormal. The haunting image of the disappearing child continues to linger in his mind, leaving him with more questions than answers about the nature of the supernatural world. Share your thoughts on this video. Was the mysterious boy shown genuinely haunted, or was the video orchestrated? Number 3. The haunted basement. Smith, an original TikTok user, has recently encountered some unexplainable occurrences within his home. While there is not much information provided about the origin of these events, it appears that something in his basement may be responsible. One day, he hears banging noises around the house and decides to investigate. Later on, the same noises resurface, prompting him to capture evidence. As he gives attention to these events, their intensity increases, and it becomes evident that they originate from the basement. One day, Smith hears aggressive knocking on the basement door, but upon inspection, finds nothing there. Unfortunately, by opening the door, he unknowingly invites whatever is causing these disturbances into the rest of the house, leading to a worsening situation. In an attempt to monitor the activity, Smith sets up home security cameras, which capture something eerie in the kitchen. The following morning, he hears noises from the basement again, specifically from the door. He decides to record it to document the ongoing situation. In the footage, the door handle can be seen moving up and down on its own, suggesting someone trying to open it from the other side. However, once Smith goes downstairs, he finds nothing unusual. Upon reviewing it later, a black shadowy figure could be seen moving in the basement. Minutes after returning upstairs, the same phenomenon occurs again. The question remains, what could possibly be causing these disturbances in the basement? Is it a simple trick, or is there something more to it? You decide. Number 2. A haunted supermarket. A night security guard at a supermarket in Sao Paulo, Brazil, recently gained attention after sharing a viral video. In the footage, he claimed to have witnessed peculiar incidents on the surveillance cameras located in the parking garage. Intrigued, he decided to investigate further, but his plans took an unexpected turn. The video exhibits shopping carts mysteriously moving, a motorcycle starting up without any apparent human presence, and other bizarre happenings. Now the question arises, is this security guard's account a genuine documentation of paranormal activity in the supermarket parking garage, or is it merely an ingeniously staged deception involving fishing lines and remote starters? Share your thoughts on this video. Do you believe that the supermarket featured is truly haunted, or could someone have staged the events captured on video? Number 1. The haunted apartment. This video originates from the TikTok page managed by user Zero. The individual made the decision to relocate to a new apartment in Poland, which initially appeared promising. However, shortly after settling in, peculiar occurrences began to take place around the residence during the night. These events gradually escalated to a point where they could no longer be disregarded. Consequently, one night, after hearing disturbing sounds around the house, then he decided to capture these incidents. The footage captured was undeniably unsettling. Subsequently, on another night, the individual heard persistent banging that persisted despite attempts to ignore it. This led to an inevitable investigation. Suddenly, the video abruptly ends, only for the terror to resurface on the subsequent night.
godziny, cały czas mi coś nawala w drzwi.
As the individual traverses the hallway, a glance into the kitchen initially reveals orderliness. However, upon returning moments later, chaos ensued. The kitchen was all messed up, causing a significant shock to the individual. On the following night, he made the decision to confine himself within his room and disregard everything else. However, this action only succeeded in further enraging the entity and exacerbating the situation. After spending 2 nights in isolation, the date progresses to the 6th of January, with the paranormal activity intensifying. The subsequent footage is truly horrifying. Several days later, on the 10th of January, upon returning home late in the evening, an unpleasant surprise awaited the individual. Even within the confines of the bedroom, he was unable to get rid of himself from the unseen entity.
Hej! Ja pierdolę!
This marked the final upload of activity on the page, with no further updates provided thereafter. The outcome of this intense haunting remains uncertain. However, we hope that the person was able to leave the property in time, bringing an end to the disruptions. These are just a few examples of the many terrifying and unexplained sightings that have been captured on camera. While we may never know the true nature of these phenomena, they serve as a reminder that there are realms beyond our understanding, and that the supernatural can sometimes take on terrifying shapes. Whether we choose to believe in them or not, these images remain a testament to the power of fear and the enduring allure of the unknown. Thank you for joining me on this unforgettable exploration of fear. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more bone-chilling content. Until next time, stay safe, and may you never encounter the sights that lurk in the shadows. Ladies and gentlemen, in the realm of the supernatural, some tales send shivers down our spines and make our blood run cold. Some of these blood-curdling encounters have been captured on camera, providing eerie and disturbing evidence of the unknown. From haunted houses to poltergeist activity, these top 5 blood-curdling supernatural encounters will leave you with dread and disbelief. Join us as we look into the world of the unexplained and witness the terrifying footage that still haunts those who have encountered it. Number 5. Mysterious happening in warehouse. This CCTV footage was captured within an unidentified warehouse and subsequently shared on the Indonesian TikTok account. The video depicts a daily event that is unsettling and eerie. In contrast to past occurrences of objects mysteriously falling off shelves, this incident occurred in a shoe warehouse instead of a store. The warehouse had previously encountered peculiar occurrences, but this specific incident was significantly more distressing. An unidentified object glides across the floor autonomously, prompting the man in the video to react with sheer terror, clutching his heart in fear. Adding to the unsettling nature of the situation, other objects also descend without any discernible cause. However, the most horrifying aspect emerges when an unseen force appears to pull the man along the floor, dragging him swiftly down the entire aisle. Consequently, the employee sustains injuries and experiences trauma, rendering him incapable of resuming work. Given such circumstances, what course of action would you take? Kindly share your thoughts on this video in the comment section below. Number 4. The Sinister Presence. An individual recorded this video and posted it on his YouTube channel called Chris Drake's Original. Chris mentioned that his dog had been acting strangely, which led him to leave his camera recording in his room as he went out to see a friend. Before leaving, he made sure his room was locked securely, and the camera was set up to capture any activity in the room. Surprisingly, the camera successfully recorded something extremely disturbing. The door of the closet flickered with light and seemed to close by itself. Additionally, a dark figure momentarily appeared, accompanied by a tapping noise reminiscent of a laptop keyboard or a light switch. Intrigued by this occurrence, Chris decided to leave the camera recording once more during his subsequent outing. Once again, he managed to capture something disconcerting. This time, a clear outline of a shadowy figure could be seen gliding across the room from the left corner. As the video neared its end, the camera suddenly plunged into darkness. In an attempt to address the situation, Chris decided to secure the closet door, hoping it would deter any more inexplicable incidents. Unfortunately, much to his dismay, he recorded something profoundly unsettling. In the footage, Chris can be heard asking if there is someone else in the room and pleading for them to open the door. Chris was left in utter confusion as the door mysteriously swung open without any apparent reason. He carefully examines the door, ensuring that no strings or hidden mechanisms are causing its movement. Determined to avoid any more unexpected incidents, he goes to great lengths and barricades the door. However, much to his dismay, something unexpectedly rips a hole through the floor and scratches the door from the inside, sending shivers down his spine.
There it goes. Told you guys. I told you. Now. Oops, dropped some. There we go. Okay. See? Nothing's in here.
Chris was understandably feeling very unsettled and considering the possibility of relocating. Unfortunately, we haven't heard anything from him since that time. What do you think about this video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. The terrifying night at camp. The video was filmed by an individual, but the true origin of the footage remains a mystery. It tells the story of a man who bravely embarks on a solo camping trip in the heart of a dense forest, under the cover of night, accompanied only by his loyal dog. After setting up his tent and drifting off to sleep, he is abruptly awakened by eerie sounds that send shivers down his spine. Eager to find out what's causing the disturbance, he bravely steps into the darkness, managing to capture something incredibly eerie on film. The haunting screams of a woman reverberate through the woods, appearing to come from all around, making it hard to determine where they're coming from. At the same time, his loyal dog picks up on something strange in the distance and starts barking nonstop, alerting everyone to a phantom figure hiding in the darkness. What are your thoughts on these eerie camping experiences? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Number 2. The ghostly gold. The footage was recorded by a man named Leighton, who lives by himself in an apartment in Manchester. He was entrusted with a spare set of keys to collect important mail for his elderly neighbor while she was on vacation. The video documents several eerie experiences. One day, as he was in her apartment, he heard unusual sounds coming from the closet. Intrigued, he tried to unlock it but failed due to not having keys to the cupboard. Confused by the circumstances, since he had been in the apartment many times without hearing such noises, he looked for a way to open the closet without the key. After failing to open the closet with different keys, he used the tip of a spoon. Surprisingly, this technique proved to be effective. He examined the contents of it, and when he opened the cabinet, the noise had stopped. This scenario is unusual and left him in shock. Afterward, he revisits his neighbor's residence to inspect it once more, and strange incidents commence to unfold beyond the confines of the closet. As he proceeded to investigate, an unforeseen calamity occurred. The lights instantaneously illuminated. This occurrence implies that there must be someone accountable for this event. Given that there were 2 switches on this side, one designated for the bathroom and the other for the kitchen, this particular switch pertains to the laundry room. Besides this, there is no indication of rats or drafts attempting to escape. It appears that this arrangement was insufficient, as the lights in one of the rooms abruptly activated autonomously. The following day, he goes back to the neighbor's place to take another peek. This time, the noises coming from the closet appear to be growing louder and more intense. The banging persists. Upon inspection, there is nothing present that could explain the noises. Layton stated that he had previously spent time with her on numerous occasions without any unexpected occurrences. Unfortunately, she has not replied to him as of yet, so he remains in anticipation. Meanwhile, he revisited her residence later in the evening and stumbled upon an unusual finding. The banging noises resumed, and the lights flickered off once more, resembling scenes from horror films. He made a further discovery of an old Churchill coin from 1965 inside a closet. He chose to bring the coin back to his residence, where he was greeted by an overpowering presence of supernatural activity within his home. As the eerie events began to unfold in his house, while taking a shower, he could hear peculiar scratching sounds, which prompted him to attempt recording some footage. However, the situation quickly turned serious. The blinds suddenly opened, giving the impression that someone was behind them, but upon investigation, there was no one hiding or causing the disturbances. It became evident that something eerie was unfolding, and it was no longer a matter to be taken lightly. Upon recognizing his mistake, he swiftly decides to restore the coin to its initial position within his neighbor's closet. Insufficient was the eerie moment that occurred in his home, causing great fear. While lying down, the dining table chairs unexpectedly shifted towards him, leaving the individual terrified and shocked. Subsequently, he resumed recording the chair, capturing it sliding and falling due to an unseen force.
And I noticed the blinds moving a little bit, so I've come over there away from it. And that chair's moving, guys. Can you see it? If you can look closely on the fucking video. So, see it, guys? Keep watching that, what the fuck? Whoa, I don't fucking think so, move! Whoa guys, that's fucking getting spooky. What the fuck am I gonna do now? Fucking go over there. Is anyone getting explanations then? Because I'm running out now.
To add to the terror, the laptop screen began shaking on its own. These chilling occurrences strongly suggest that his house was haunted by a ghost. What are your thoughts on this video? Share in the comments below. Number 1. Haunted Trampoline Park. The CCTV camera at Rockin' Jumpin' Kisco, a trampoline park located in New York, captured some eerie events. This footage was uploaded to TikTok. The staff members, who have been working there for a few years, have recorded a series of creepy incidents on the security cameras. At various times after closing, strange phenomena occur. It all began with minor happenings, such as a silk-smooth presence that feels like someone is tugging at it, and dodgeballs moving on their own. Last night, the staff observed the coat rack moving by itself, giving off a haunted vibe. In addition to these encounters, a staff member was shocked when a chair suddenly flew off the table, appearing as if it was being dragged, causing him to run away in fear. Moreover, the subsequent CCTV footage showed a worker cleaning and arranging plates when he was startled by a drawer opening on its own after he had closed it. This repeated itself. Another chilling moment captured on camera was when the table started moving on its own. The last footage, taken at the reception desk, showed a spine-chilling incident where objects fell by themselves, causing both the customer and the receptionist to flee in terror. What are your thoughts on this video? Would you be willing to visit this place? Let me know in the comments section. In closing, these blood-curdling experiences underscore the significance of facing such horrifying situations with bravery and not allowing fear to dictate one's life. Thank you for watching our video. Remember to subscribe. Your comments, likes, and shares help us understand what content resonates with you the most. Stay updated on the latest content. See you in another video. Goodbye.
What the fuck? Nope. I'm dipped now. Fuck this shit. I don't know what that is.
Same.
Like I'm watching.
It's not like we needed. Guys, it's not like we needed any sleep or anything.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
My laundry machine just stopped. It's just me in the basement. Holy was that? What the
The world of the paranormal is a mysterious and often terrifying realm that many people believe exists alongside our own. While some dismiss it as mere superstition, others have had chilling encounters with the supernatural that they simply cannot explain. In recent years, the rise of technology has allowed us to capture some of these otherworldly encounters on camera, providing concrete evidence of entities beyond our understanding. Some of these deadliest paranormal apparitions captured on camera are as follows. Number 8. Sinful Entity. Sylvia C., the individual who has been experiencing terrifying and alarming occurrences in her home for an extended period, captured the video. In August 2020, she decided to share her experiences with her audience by uploading the video on her YouTube channel. The scene that stood out the most in the video was when all the silverware unexpectedly crashed to the ground, especially the knives. It's really hard to imagine how something like that could have been staged. Upon first glance, the atmosphere in Sylvia's kitchen may not seem overtly hostile. However, upon closer inspection, one can observe a knife swiftly gliding through the air as the utensils dance around. This poses a considerable danger to Sylvia if she fails to exercise caution. Sylvia's kitchen may seem calm at first, but the situation takes a sudden turn. One can see a knife flying through the air as the utensils move around. This poses a serious danger to Sylvia if she's not careful. Sadly, Sylvia has been experiencing these occurrences for almost a year now, with no sign of them stopping.
Oh my god, guys.
What are your thoughts on this? Number 7. Imaginary Friend. The footage captured by the camera in the living room reveals Alexander's daughter engaging with her imaginary companion, Michael. However, upon viewing the disconcerting video, the eerie moment when the unseen entity returns the ball the girl threw, indicating a form of interaction, is unquestionably unsettling. It becomes evident that Michael may not solely exist within her imagination. The entity appears to be physically present in the house and is engaging with the girl. Hopefully, it is purely a result of imagination and not something more ominous. What are your thoughts on this? Is Michael truly an imaginary friend, or could there be an alternative explanation? Please feel free to share your insights in the comments section. Number 6. Live Stream Haunting. This video was captured by a live streamer called Rob C. During the video, he showcased that he was streaming from a friend's apartment. Everything appeared to be going smoothly until a distressing situation unfolded. The doors began slamming, causing him to become frightened.
Oh, sweet, sweet Lydia.
oh my
The fuck was that?
He went to investigate, but there was no one there.
Dude, the light, you just turned it off and it went back on?
Suddenly, the lights started flickering on and off, and objects were being thrown around the room. Additionally, he heard someone pounding on the door. The scenario scared him immensely. Even the cat named Elvis sought refuge under a table in the house. As Rob thoroughly checked the room, he found no one present. He attempted to continue playing the game, but he needed to pause for a moment.
No, God, not again.
Dishonored trailer. I don't give a shit about Dishonored 2 right now.
It just did it again.
There's Elvis running in the fucking corner again.
Unfortunately, these peculiar events persisted for over 2 hours. Eventually, Rob decided to abruptly end the live stream and leave the apartment. It was a terrifying experience for them. What are your thoughts on this video? Do you believe it's all a hoax, or could there be a real entity present in the house? Please share your opinions in the comment section. Number 5. Unseen Presence. This footage was recorded by a person named Jeremy Polverenti. According to him, he captured a real encounter with a ghost on video. In the video, Jeremy and his friends are left in shock after watching the security footage of this mysterious event. The footage clearly shows the container tilting from a specific angle, making them believe that someone is holding it. At the 35-second mark, a mysterious footprint appears right before the object falls by itself. It's no surprise that their reaction is quite predictable, as anyone would assume that the container toppled due to being filled beyond its capacity.
Look at, do you see there's nothing by the wheels or anything? You can see it on an angle.
And that hose is way over there.
You see it on the angle?
Yep.
Dude, what the
But there is something eerie to witness. The container has been filled with water for years, and everyone is well aware of its maximum capacity. It's rather peculiar. With almost 75,000 views, very few dislikes, and all his friends rallying behind him, it's definitely worth a look. There is a potential for either one of the wheels on the bottom to loosen or a small hole to develop on the inaccessible side. However, we cannot completely disregard the idea of a haunted garage. What are your thoughts on this video? Number 4. Inexplicable noises. The video was recorded by an individual with a YouTube channel named An Everyday Canadian. The video showcased that the channel owner had been upstairs a few minutes earlier when he suddenly began hearing inexplicable noises from his basement. He disregarded the chance of it being a washer or dryer, as he had recently completed the laundry. The noise startled both his wife and children, compelling him to examine the situation by descending the staircase. It was evident that he was filled with immense fear while being in that lower area. A frightening scene was caught on camera where a small toy-like object mysteriously materializes and is violently knocked over before the video abruptly cuts off.
I hate basements. My laundry machine just stopped. It's just me in the basement. Holy was that? What the
Although the uploader continues to post content sporadically, none of it pertains to the supernatural except for this specific video. So what are your thoughts on this video? Let me know in the comments section. Number 3. Scream in Tunnel. An individual recorded this video on a YouTube channel named Into the Void. The occurrence happened in 2023, featuring him and his companion as they ventured into tunnels near a river in downtown Colorado Springs, adjacent to Fountain Creek open space. Equipped with flashlights and a camera, they embarked on this subterranean expedition, fueled by their mutual fascination with urban exploration. These tunnels, resembling storm drains, extended for about 1.5 miles. As they navigated through the dark passage, their normal conversation was interrupted by a blood-curdling noise that echoed through the air. The sound eerily reminded them of a woman's cry, which also brought to their mind the haunting call of mountain lions. As this was not enough for them, suddenly a ghastly figure with a pallid complexion appeared, making a deep fear in them. The creature possessed unsettling, particularly its horse-like face.
What the fuck? Nope. I'm dipping out. Fuck this shit. I don't know what that is.
Overwhelmed by terror, they hastily made a good decision to run out of the passage. So what do you guys think it was? Any type of animal or an entity? Let me know in the comment section. Number 2. Haunting in kitchen. The CCTV camera positioned in the kitchen managed to capture an unsettling video. It showed a woman carrying out her usual kitchen duties when she suddenly became startled by a disturbance. Strangely, a ladder started slipping without any apparent reason, causing her to approach it. However, to her dismay, the ladder fell as if it were being pulled by an unseen force. Despite feeling a bit frightened, she bravely picked up the ladder and continued with her work, dismissing the incident as potentially normal. Nevertheless, as she was leaving the kitchen after completing her tasks, the trash bin moved on its own, sending shivers down her spine. What are your thoughts on this video? Do you believe there is a supernatural entity involved, or could there be another explanation? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section below. Number 1. Creepy woman. Abby Hernandez Alvarez, a resident of Mexico City, filmed a video detailing the spooky occurrences in his apartment. He claims to have been haunted by a frightening female spirit for more than a year, which led him to document these creepy incidents. In early 2020, he caught a glimpse of the ghostly figure on camera. But the bizarre part is that it only showed up in the mirrors in his house, like the bedroom mirror and later the living room mirror. The haunting has escalated, with Abu experiencing violent and extreme supernatural events, including loud and intense noises. In a recent video he uploaded during a power outage, the supernatural activity reaches its peak. Furthermore, Abu captures chilling moments, such as the sound of high-heeled shoes approaching him. When he turns around, he is shocked to see a terrifying woman's figure, smiling eerily at him before vanishing. Abu hits the stop button on the recording as soon as the lights flicker back.